We're going to be hearing about how HD Plus pioneered direct TV with HBB TV operator application, and to do so is Lennart Sust. Please join us on stage, and round of applause.
Yeah, hi everyone. So unfortunately, I have not videos or media in my slides, but I hope you will enjoy it as well. You hear me? The slide. Thanks. Yeah, at the end of my presentation, hopefully you have a better understanding about what is HBB TV operator application, at least the fundamentals, and how we integrated it into our TV platform in Germany, why we did it, and why we think it is a very good approach to get in contact or interact with the customer and having a user experience there with our customer. But before I start, let me take some minutes to explain you about more who we are and what we offer to the customers in Germany, because this has also influenced a bit why we've chosen this HBB TV approach for our platform. HG Plus is a 100% affiliate of SAS. For all of those who does not know who is SAS, SAS is at the moment, I would say, the largest satellite operator for linear television worldwide. It reaches more than 300 million households worldwide with the satellite signal. It has more than 8,000 channels on air, and most of them, or not most of them, but roughly half of them are already in HD. Regarding the German situation, I think it's worth to say that satellite is in Germany still the #1 reception way for linear TV. Of course, that does not mean this will stay in the future. It will change. It is already changing, and of course, we are aware of that. And I will also, coming back to this point later in my presentation, how we act on this changing behavior with our platform. But for the time being, this is the situation, and more than 16 million households are connected in Germany to the satellite, or not connected, having a dish on the roof and getting the satellite signals. So what is HG Plus? HG Plus is a B2C platform for UHD and HD content in Germany, mainly over satellite. What do we offer the end user? So the end user gets, as HG Plus service, 25 channels of the private broadcasters in HD quality, 3 exclusive UHD channels also on our platform, and dedicated UHD events, for example, sports and so on. All this content is protected by our platform. That means they are encrypted. But of course, on top of that, you can receive with every HG Plus device and also with the HG Plus application for sure the free-to-air HD channels, which are meanwhile around 70 in Germany. Regarding the business model, I think it's worth to explain you that we are a bit different from what you maybe know from traditional pay TV operators. So we offer the end users 6 months for free for our services, and after 6 months, the end user can decide either, of course, simply stop watching HD Plus. He can prolong the service by doing a usual monthly subscription, like you know from Netflix or from other pay TV operators. But we also offer a prepaid model where the user can totally anonymous, without any contract obligations, buy a voucher and access the services for 12 months again. And this is, I think, quite unique for the German situation. And this is one of our, let's say, core values, that we want to be unconventional also for the end user and provide him always this kind of option. Yeah, here you see again how we ramped up the channels. So we started in 2009 with 2 channels. Meanwhile, we are at this 25 channels. Oh, the number is a bit strange. But yeah, and of course, there are more to come. So having this in mind, now let's start digging into how the reception devices look like and how we have integrated into the reception ways the operator application. So going back to 2009, there was a very vital, valued set-top box market in Germany still. At that time, HD content were approaching, especially with us at HG Plus, and we decided at that time, and this is also differentiating us maybe from pay TV operators, we don't own any set-top boxes. So we had a pure horizontal retail approach. That means we were supporting all set-top box manufacturers who are interested to integrate the components and make their set-top boxes capable for HD+. And at that time, yeah, as I said, the market was still there in Germany for this retail set-top boxes. We had, I think, around 20 different brands at that time supporting HD+, and it was a very good starting point to do this in this way. These devices, the main component they had to integrate was a CA system for the decryption part of HD+, and they had a smart card inserted directly, pre-inserted into the device. 1 year later, we launched a module, and why we did this, we saw that more and more TV sets have an integrated satellite tuner, or starting to manufacture an integrated satellite tuner. So we wanted to offer also a product for customers who does not want to have a separate device, a set-top box in their living room. That time, the module was also based on a very new standard called CI+. That time, I think we were the first one who also integrated that standard in our module. Afterwards, of course, the landscape has changed, and I think most of you have seen lots of presentations about how the market situation changed regarding set-top boxes, regarding TVs. I have not these fancy statistics here. I've just summarized our key findings out of it. The first one was the TV sets in the markets having more and more extended capabilities. What does it mean? First one, yes, the integrated satellite tuner was there. Second one, there were more and more smart TVs, which are capable to connect to the internet. And the third one was they were also already capable for UHD content directly on the TV sets. So as a consequence, there was no really market for the set-top box. The set-top box getting more and more unnecessary. And the set-top box market in Germany, the retail set-top box market, declined. I would say more or less at the moment, the retail set-top box market, yes, there is still a portion that is sold, also HD+ devices, HD+ set-top boxes, but I would say it's not anymore really there. And for sure, the OTT content viewing, of course, increased as obviously in every country, I would say. There was also one HD+ specific point, key fact. On these devices, on the set-top boxes and on the module, we don't have any user interface. So the user interface was always coming from the set-top box manufacturer or from the TV maker. The only thing we had was some, let's say, technical messages saying to the end user, well, your free period ends in 2 weeks or whatever, there's an issue with your smart card and so on. But besides that, we don't have any user interaction there. So we take the decision that time we want to change this, and we decided we want to have an HD+ application directly on the TV set. So like a Netflix or something like that, so directly have an application there, so the end user does not need any additional hardware, no set-top box, no module, and we have an own user interface where we can better interact, can better offer our services to the end user. And yeah, at the end, we started in 2019 with this approach and launched the first HD+ app integration on TV sets. How we did that? What were the challenges? So one challenge, obviously, was the content protection. Our content on our platform is protected. Content protection means it is encrypted. Encrypted means you need a conditional access system. And TV manufacturers are not very familiar to integrate the traditional CA systems like set-top box manufacturers. Second thing was we have not the capabilities to create our own device like Sky Glass does or something. We don't have simply the capabilities to create an own TV set. That's why we also said also for this approach, we want to collaborate with the industry and we want to make it in a horizontal retail way and do it a bit similar like we did it with the set-top boxes. Moreover, yes, we are a quite profitable platform, but we are a small team, very efficient, and that means we don't have the resources to develop an application on Tizen, on WebOS, on Vida, and so on. So we need a resource-efficient approach for our application, which is scalable, and we don't have the resources with dozens of developers to maintain this application in this very fragmented market. And we saw yesterday the OS fight with, meanwhile, 18 different operating systems. So we needed a different approach. And last thing was, of course, all of this should not limit us that we could provide still our applications, our features with a rich independent UI to the end user. What was the solution? Well, on the content protection side, we worked together with our CA partners, Nagra and Intertrust, to provide a more TV-suitable CA solution, and they were very flexible to do this. For the other points, we decided to go for HbbTV. And to be more precisely, to go for HbbTV operator applications. There are already some obvious very advantages for HbbTV. First of all, it is a standard which is already well known by the TV manufacturers. And nearly every TV manufacturer in Germany or who selling German TV models have integrated that. It is also known by the broadcasters in Germany. There are lots of applications running on HbbTV. And of course, it's also known, very well known by us. We were one of the key founders at HbbTV when it started in 2010. And of course, we were one of the key drivers for the standard at HbbTV for the operator applications. So I think we can spend a full day here having a workshop on HbbTV, and I'm really happy if someone wants a deep dive afterwards, please contact me and we can have a dedicated session on HbbTV. Here I just highlighted some of the major points why this standard and this approach is, from our perspective, also technically a quite good approach for this purpose. So HbbTV itself, the standard, the regular specification, already provides a quite rich application framework. It is more than just red button applications, as you maybe know from German TV broadcasters. It also defines streaming formats for OTT streaming. It also defines generic interfaces, how to interact with a DRM or with a CA system. And on top of that, with the other specification for the operator applications, it adjusted and extended this feature set. The major points are, for example, the life cycle, that your application keeps remaining alive on the TV set, even if you change channels, or even if you turn on and turn off the TV. The other thing is download and update. So how to get the operator application on the TV and how to update it is defined. And the most important one is, I think from my perspective, the most important one is the UI replacement. And that is really one where you negotiate with the manufacturer and the device which parts are replaced by your operator application, by your user interface. And this is, I think, a very rich and very important feature because you can then, for example, we have replaced the EPG, the channel list, and now next there's banner with that to interact with the user. But other features are still coming from the manufacturer native implementation. For example, audio, language selection, subtitling, and so on. So we don't want to take over the whole TV with our UI. This is not our intention. We just want to have the right touch points in the user interface to offer the end user the best way to get our service with our features. Yeah, so having directly a look about how does our application look like. So the first thing is, during the first time installation, the user is already getting offered our application. So if you go to the market in Germany and buy a LG or Samsung, then you can start your first time installation. And then if you select Germany as a country, if you select satellite, and it is connected to the satellite and it is connected to the internet, you get directly during the first installation offered the HG Plus application to install. And if you do it, then directly after start, the application is running. You have either your 6 months for free or you have your subscription if you have one and insert your login data, and you can start watching television with some of our user elements. And one important thing also is, as I said, if you turn off the TV and turn it on, it is there again. It is automatically started. And this is also a key feature for us because we are not one app in a big pool of other applications. We are already there in the first time installation. Yeah, here you see some images. Of course, we have a channel list, which is at the moment, the new design is more horizontal. And we have an EPG in a grid view. We have two features called pause and restart. And this is now already getting into the hybrid world where the streaming, when you want to restart an event, then it gets the stream from the internet. You can pause it. We have also a very rich search engine, and this also some linkings to the media libraries of the broadcasters in Germany, to their catch-up libraries, to their catch-up content. We have a nice feature for UHD events. So if you watch a TV event and it is in parallel broadcasted in UHD, it automatically switches to that UHD event and goes back after it is finished. And for sure, we have some recommendations there in our below to the channel with some rows. So coming to the summary and takeaways. We have meanwhile every important brand where we in Germany where we've integrated the operator application on the TVs. So we first started with Panasonic and Samsung in 2019, then followed by Philips, Toshiba, and all the others. The last one were Hisense and LG. LG also, of course, an important brand in the German market. So at the moment, we are there that more than 80% of the UHD models that you can buy in Germany are capable for the HD Plus operator application, and you will be offered with this application during the first time installation or shortly afterwards. What are the key takeaways for you? So first, we did it. So we were the first one who simply take the HbbTV operator profile and make a successful launch in the German market together with the TV manufacturers, together with our broadcasters. And yeah. Second thing is this provides an enriched value-added experience for linear TV entertainment. So as I said before, we don't want to take over the whole screen, but we have there a very good opportunity to have touching points with the end user where we can interact, where we can better offer our services, and we think it is really a win-win situation. The end user gets the right features from us as a platform provider. The manufacturer has a value-added service on their device, so people who buy these devices don't need additional hardware to receive our services. And for the broadcasters, of course, we still provide a reliable, neutral platform that protect their contents. HbbTV is, for me, a very good balanced approach to do this. It defines the framework. It defines also enough space if you want to negotiate on top, manufacturer-specific stuff or so on. But it also defines a good framework to do that. And of course, for us, this is not the end of the story. We started from more, let's say, a quality initiative. When we started, it was more like having HD content in Germany available. Now we are much more focused on the content side, presenting the content in the user interface. It was, at the beginning, more a technical platform. Now we have an own UI. And yeah, we have started with satellite. The application is already a hybrid one, getting OTT content. And we have also launched an IP variant on Panasonic, where, for example, if you have not connected your TV to the satellite, then you can receive our services completely via IP. And I think I can already announce that we can have also investigations internally to look for pure IP devices as well, because, of course, we see the trend and we will follow to provide our customers a good TV entertainment experience. So, 1 minute left on my clock. Any questions?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Roberta Cambio from Braico. On the IP set-top box, do you use DVB-Dash as a streaming protocol?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
MPEG-Dash. DVB-Dash, yeah, it's MPEG-Dash. Yeah.
Thanks.
Any other questions? Good. Then, hope you enjoyed it, and thank you.